Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to start with Chapter 4, Nervous System. Activity 1, Organization of the Nervous System in the Vertebrates. Vertebrates are organisms which have the vertebral column. In general, the nervous system is one of the most important systems in our body. It is complex and still unresolved completely. It means it has several complications. It is present only in the animal body. Here we mean animals and humans, of course. It is different between the vertebrates and invertebrates. The objective or the purpose of this system is to allow the communication between the living things and the external environment to protect, survive, feed, adapt, and several other functions. It allows the communication between the internal organs of the same body to work in balance. It means equilibrium or other functions. It consists of receptor organs and effector organs and has elongated cells called neurons that transmit the nervous message. The nervous system contains two parts, central nervous system and peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system is composed of brain and spinal cord. Brain is protected by the skull, and here is the spinal cord protected by the vertebral column. The peripheral nervous system contains the nerves. The nerves are either spinal or cranial. Spinal, it means they are connected to the spinal cord. Cranial means the nerves that are connected to the brain. This is the brain, or it is called the encephalon. The brain is a part of the central nervous system. It is composed of three parts, cerebrum, cerebellum, and medulla oblongata or brainstem. The cerebrum is the largest part. It is located here. Its function is intelligence, learning, judgment, thinking, speech and memory, sense of hearing, vision, taste, and smell. Also, it is involved in skeletal muscle movements. This is the cerebrum. Now the cerebellum, it is the lower part and it is smaller in size. It is responsible for balance and coordination. It means equilibrium and maintaining posture or the standing position. The brain stem, or it is called the medulla oblongata. It connects the brain with the spinal cord. It means it is located at lower part of the brain. It is involved in changes in the heart rate, breathing, blood pressure, vomiting, swallowing, and digestion. Now, a stimulation is a change in the environment, internal or external, that may affect or stimulate a receptor. For example, a change in the pressure, like pierce or stretch or sound, is called a mechanical stimulation. A change in the temperature, like heat or cold, is called thermal stimulation. A change in light intensity, like the lamp or sun, it is called light stimulation. A change in the concentration of chemicals, like salts or ions, is called a chemical stimulation. A change in the feelings, like happiness or sadness, is called emotional. And a change in the intensity or duration of electricity is called electrical stimulation. Now, this stimulation is detected by a receptor, and the receptor will send this stimulation to the nervous system to integrate and analyze this information and do the special response. It means the movement in the effector organ. For example, a sensory receptor here is the eye. It detects a certain stimulation. Then the sensory neuron, which is a neuron that takes the message from the sensory receptor toward the central nervous system. It is called sensory neuron. It is from the peripheral nervous system. This sensory neuron takes the message to the brain, then from the brain to the spinal cord. It means to the central nervous system. the central nervous system will integrate this information and send it to a motor neuron. The motor neuron is a part of the peripheral nervous system. It will send the message from the central nervous system away to the effector organ. Here it is the leg. And then the muscle in the leg will do the movement in response to this stimulation. Thus, this is the pathway of the stimulation. It starts from the sensory receptor to the sensory neuron, then to the central nervous system, then to the motor neuron, then to the effector organ. And these neurons or nerves are part of the peripheral nervous system. So pay attention that we have neurons or nerves in the peripheral nervous system, and we have a brain and spinal cord in the central nervous system. Also, memorize the pathway of this message from the sensory receptor to the effector organ.